3 minutes into playing Ground Branch. The game asked me to set up a laser sight on my rifle, then zero it. Not just click a button, but physically dial it in. Ghost Recon fans, sit down. Ground Branch is the closest thing we've gotten to a spiritual successor, and not in the ways the marketing wants you to think. This tactical shooter just hit 1.0 after nearly 2 decades in early access, with players fiercely divided. So, after spending solid hours with it, is this long-awaited tactical shooter finally ready for prime time, or is its 1.0 launch just a fresh coat of paint on an unfinished project? I went in to find out. Ground Branch positions itself as a thinking man's first-person shooter, a spiritual successor forged by developers from the original Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon titles. It's less about arcade run and gun, and more about methodical planning, intricate weapon customization, and realistic engagements. It borrows heavily from that golden era of tactical shooters, emphasizing careful movement and deliberate action over twitch reflexes. What it aims to do new is deliver an unparalleled depth of customization and a physicalized equipment system that impacts how you play, giving you complete control over your operator down to the smallest pouch placement. This is a game that truly sells itself on its meticulous attention to detail and its hardcore simulation elements. Look, YouTube is full of 20-minute rambling reviews. If you appreciate short, honest ones like this, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps. Alright, let's keep going. But here's what nobody's talking about when they praise its tactical depth, the actual execution of that thinking man's shooter ideal. While the core gunplay feels incredibly satisfying and weighty, the tactical element often clashes directly with the game's greatest weakness, its artificial intelligence. The game's unique selling point of strategic, realistic engagements often devolves into frustrating encounters where enemies either have pinpoint accuracy to solid objects or stare blankly at the wall as you clear a room. The promise of intelligent adversaries that react dynamically is critical for a tactical shooter, and when that falters, the entire experience pivots from cerebral to chaotic. On the systems front, Ground Branch offers an almost overwhelming degree of weapon and character customization, allowing players to tweak everything from optic height to magazine pouch placement. Combat itself, when the AI cooperates, is crisp and lethal, rewarding accurate shots and careful positioning. There's no traditional progression system. Instead, the game focuses on mission mastery and replayability across its diverse maps. Multiplayer is surprisingly active, with players finding populated servers for co-op and PvP, and it often mitigates the AI issues by replacing them with human unpredictability. However, the economy is basic, primarily driven by unlocking gear through gameplay, and exploration is limited to the confines of mission objectives, keeping the focus tightly on combat. Despite its rough edges, Ground Branch absolutely excels in specific areas, making it a compelling experience for a very particular kind of player. The firearm handling is genuinely top tier. The ability to physically check your mag, dump it, and reload feels incredibly tactile and impactful, a detail Ready or Not could learn from. The sheer depth of customization, going beyond mere aesthetics to impact ergonomics and weapon handling, is unmatched, offering a more hardcore experience than even something like Rainbow Six Vegas. There's a palpable sense of tension in its engagements, a quality hard to find elsewhere. Furthermore, the robust workshop support and the developer's unwavering commitment, sticking with this project for nearly 2 decades, are significant highlights, demonstrating a true passion for the niche it fills. However, the 1.0 update, according to many players, feels less like a finished product and more like pushing a broken product to the finish line. The AI, a critical component for a tactical game, is consistently called out as insanely stupid and insanely cracked, capable of both instant kills across the map in pitch black and inexplicable lapses in awareness. Many reviews lament that despite its extended development, the game still plays like a beta, with development pacing often described as a snail's pace. There are also significant performance issues, including a near doubling of the file size for unclear reasons, and a perceived overemphasis on cosmetic reworks and new maps rather than fundamental gameplay mechanics. At $23.99, currently with a 20% discount, Ground Branch is priced like a full indie title, but its content and polish are still firmly in the early access realm. The average playtime of 75.5 hours suggests longevity, but that figure is heavily weighted by dedicated players who stuck through its long development. For the asking price, you get a unique, hardcore tactical FPS experience, but one that comes with substantial caveats. This isn't a game you buy for a polished, seamless experience right now. It's a purchase based on faith in the developers and a deep desire for its specific niche, accepting that you're buying into potential rather than a complete product. So, is Ground Branch's 1.0 launch a trap? Not entirely, but it's definitely a gamble. If you're a long-time tactical shooter enthusiast, especially one who misses the slower, more deliberate pace of classic Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six, and you have a high tolerance for AI quirks and rough edges, you'll find something genuinely special here. This one is for the patient and the passionate, not for the casual player looking for an immediate fix. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.